Blades Ramble are proudly supported by our main channel sponsor, My Business Group, a group of brands designed to support owners, leaders and managers in business. We would not be where we are without the incredible support of John and the team. If you're looking to grow your business, contact mybusinessgroup.co.uk today for more information or follow the link in the description below.
Blades fans, subscribe to Blades Ramble. Up the Blades.
What is happening, Blades, and welcome back to the Blades Ramble. I am, of course, Jimmy, and this is a very special ramble. It's an interview with cult hero, Blades legend, Paddy Kenny. Been trying to get him on for ages, as you'll hear in the interview. We didn't get very long with him, but I'm very appreciative of his time. It's been sorted out through Midnite. So thank you to Midnite, the sponsors of Sheffield United, who are putting on the Midnite Express to take 100 fans free of charge down to the Southampton game this week. Paddy will be on, along with other Sheffield United legends. So thank you to Midnite for the opportunity for this interview. Thanks to Paddy for his time, and hope you all enjoy it. Let's get to it. They ain't give me long with you. I know I've been trying to get you on for ages, but I'll have to get you back on another time for a deeper dive. But let's jump into this one. So, signed from Bury for an handshake and a bag of balls. How much pressure did you feel coming into United initially?
I don't know originally because I went into training with Berry this particular day, and it had been mentioned that could be going. I literally went in, and manager pulled me in and went, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, "Why?" He went, "We've sorted Sheffield United. You need to get to Sheffield quick." I drove into Berry to train, and then I think that first game, was it Baslow away? I trained that morning. Right. And if I'm honest, I didn't realise how big a club Sheffield United were. And obviously, I was playing for Berry in League One.
Yeah.
League One it was, wasn't it? Equivalent to. And we were getting 3,000, 3,500 to a league matches. And then I went and played at Baslow, and there were apparently 4,500 there. And I'm like, oh. Then I realised, I thought, they're getting 4,500 to a friendly. It's a big club there, you know what I mean?
It will, mate. Yeah, it's a big step into it, and that's no disrespect to Berry, because there
no,
were...
No, not at all. No, not at all.
You were part of a special squad, that 2005-2006 season. What was it about that squad that made it different to other squads?
Mate, do you know what? I think, if you look back pre-season, I don't think we won a game. And I remember being in China, and honestly, I think we lost 3 out of 3 without scoring and conceded about 10. And the day before we come home, I remember we were all having a drink in the hotel, and we literally said, we need to pull our fingers out. We could go down this year. And we started season, we won 9 out of 10. We're like, how's that happen?
We're crazy start.
That's the worst pre-season ever. Do you know what I mean? And then we went and won 9 out of 10. And then that set us up for the season then, do you know what I mean? And it was, and we had a great bunch of lads, do you know what I mean? Genuine lads and all.
Yeah.
We probably were one of the best teams in that league, but for the bunch of lads we had, the characters, and we stuck together, and we were up for a fight every week. And
you were.
Yeah, I think it just proved that.
I agree. What biggest character would you say in that dressing room?
In what way? When you say character, like,
well, it could be out, couldn't it? I mean, Morgs carries himself like the captain.
Characters in make his cosy.
Yeah. Well, because he won it as a joker of the pack.
Yeah. So there were a few, to be fair, and then, like I said, you had a good, genuine bunch of players. You had your Quinny and.
I think there were a lot of leaders in there, weren't there? There's a lot that worn armband and been a reasonable. Obviously, Morgs were the standout, but if he hadn't been there, Brownie can wear armband. Tongy could have worn it. There's a few in there in that changing room.
Plenty, yeah. Jags, played people like that. Do you know what I mean? It were. You had a good, like I said, I've touched on it. We had a really solid, genuine bunch of lads. Which obviously, like I said, when you win your first 9 out of 10, that sets you up for the season then, and you can afford to win, lose, draw then going in.
Too right.
That's how mad it is.
So you're often sort of linked back to the manager, Neil Warnock, known informally as his son. What's the best Warnock team talk you can remember, Pat?
obviously I probably couldn't tell half money here, if I'm honest. I just think he's man management, and I think a lot of people touch on that, how clever he was, and just little things you'd be like about to go out, start of a game, and he'd go, get me a win today, I'll see you Thursday and stuff like that. And you're like, what?
That's the carrot you want, in it. That's the incentive.
Hey, when I were at QPR with him, I didn't train one. We didn't, as a team, we didn't train one Monday unless we had a game on Tuesday. So we literally every week had Sunday, Monday, Wednesday off. But then he'd say to me, "There's no point you coming down from Sheffield to London to train on Tuesday, mate. I'll see you Thursday." And I used to just literally, if we were playing Saturday, I would literally train Thursday, Friday, play Saturday, and if we didn't have a game till the following Saturday, I wouldn't come back in till Thursday.
And the thing is, if it works, nobody can complain, can they? And it will work in.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. Obviously, things change once you go to Premier League because you don't win as many games. You know what I mean? Got to train even more then. You don't get any days off. But that's how he's my management with things like that. It just nice to come in on a Thursday, get hammered by it, lads. Oh, golden boys in. It must be Thursday.
Yeah, well, they'd love to have done it and all, wouldn't they? So
true.
What about his worst rollicking that you've seen dished out?
Plenty. I go back. There were a few at Bury in them. It calmed down, obviously, when I were at QPR and Leeds and Rotherham. But you Sheffield United in your Bury days, he'd go mental. Obviously, you've seen the one with arguing with Morgs, where Morgs is throwing the bottle around the dressing room, and Bury used to be throwing
3-4 of the big uns. I'll pick everybody up.
And then obviously in Bury, you'd have him at Bury and all, and he'd be throwing teapots around and everything. And imagine nowadays, he'd probably get sacked for that. Would he?
Yeah, you don't get them sort of characters.
Someone.
I know. Favourite manager other than Warnock?
Do you know what? It's a weird one because I didn't play for him, but just being in his company and watched how he worked, and he was similar to Warnock and with Neil Lennon at Bolton.
All right, okay.
But I never played because I went there as backup, and Andy London was an unbelievable goalie while I was there. But just his training, he took no crap. There were no wearing gloves and hats in training notes. He took over, and I loved all that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're like a bit old schoolish.
That's good. Because
Dougie Freeman got sacked, and I think we might have been bottom of the league, and we'd lost I don't know if I would kiss of death because we had gone in, we lost 5-1 draw.
You didn't play, did you?
No, I didn't.
Maybe if they'd brought you in, it would have been that way.
And then Neil Lennon, Dougie Freeman got sacked. Neil Lennon come in, and straight away, like I said, take them off. You're not wearing them. You don't wear them on a Saturday.
Well, to be fair, I'm going to ask you this later on, but I think it's pertinent to what you've just said. Do you have to have a certain mentality to be like a happy number two? Because you've been a number one for the majority of your career. We're there on merit, but then obviously in later days of your career, like you say, you're a number two. Then how do you have to shift your mentality towards being happy to be just part of the squad?
It's totally different. You've got to still prepare as though you could be playing on a Saturday. Because when Neil Lennon come in, he literally said to me, he says, I need to change things around. He says, and I need to freshen it up and change people. And we've lost 5 on trot, and I feel like I need to change goalie. But then I've watched the games, and Lonners has been the best player really every game. I've got to keep giving him another chance. And it's one of them. As long as people are honest with you and you understand, then that's it. And like I said, I was getting older. And I would, like I said, it the first time happens when we were behind Andy Lonigan, and then I had it at Rotherham with Lee Camp. And when you're behind these people and you train with them and watch them play, you sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and think, back in my career, I've just got to do my best, train every day, support them wherever I can, and keep doing my best to make sure they're doing their best. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
I love that. How different would you say goalkeeping is now? How would you go with playing out front back, Pad?
Obviously, you practice it, don't you? And obviously, your players do. But in them days, listen, you play. I remember when we were at QPR and Warnock just literally said, pre-season, every free kick we have in our half, both centre halves go up and goalie takes it. There's no short free kicks. We're not passing it about. Do what you want in their half.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays, you're passing goal kicks inside box and stuff like that. I might have got another few more years. My thighs might have lasted a bit longer. But obviously, we used to practice clipping ball 40, 50, 60 yards to a certain area on someone's head, whereas they probably don't do it as much now. It's probably passing through tight lines and things like that. And obviously, as the game's evolved, obviously you have to do that as well in your training, and probably I would have trained differently and practiced them things a lot more.
Yeah, true. Would you have any advice for? I mean, to us, I mean, you have to comment on this bit, but Michael Cooper looks like he's been a little bit laboured this season. He's not quite the same levels as he was last year, and he looks to me to be carrying an injury. When you're not quite on
the team, man, though, has it? Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
It's a different team, so that affects. It's not just him, is it?
No, that's true. They've not really gone to the same levels.
My old saying is, you're only as good as what's in front of you.
You've got to look after the keepers, haven't you? You've got to look after your boys, goalkeepers union and all that. But when you sort of take a little dip in form and you might get a little bit of stick from outside, everybody's fully behind him. He's a great goalkeeper. But what's your advice to him to just keep his chin up and keep going, and he'll recapture that form eventually down the line?
You just I think you said there you were going to say it before I butted in about is he carrying an injury? Do you know what I mean? People don't know that. When I was at Leeds, I remember I damaged an artery in my foot. It was actually Greg Alford. A short back passing first minute, I booted the bottom of his foot. And I literally I couldn't kick, but Brian McDermott begged me to play.
Really?
I was literally training on a Friday.
Yeah.
But carrying an injury. And I thought I was playing quite well previous. And then all of a sudden, when you're not training and you use that sharpness,
your
team's struggling.
You're only training 2 days a week.
I'll let go in. Yeah, that was different because we win every week. Got away with it.
Yeah.
But I remember David McGoldrick for Ipswich, 40 yards. I should have put my cap on it.
Yeah.
Slipped through, hit me on chest and went in. Sheffield Wednesday got beaten near post. And I look back to them and you just think, that's because I work Matt Sharp, work fit, but people don't see that side sometimes.
No, they don't. And
to be fair, and obviously I get it. You're going out there, you should be, but I played for 2 months injured, and it probably cost back end of my career, if I'm honest.
Is it frustrating not being able to say all about that sort of stuff? I mean, you're never going to because you're professional.
No, I know.
Players don't know fans don't know what some players are going through, and that's why we always try and be a little bit light when we're criticising some players. And people think you're too pro club, but there's usually something underlying behind bad form or something like that. You know, something might be going off in the personal life, or they might be carrying an injury or something. It must be frustrating for players.
Listen, in hindsight, I look back now and I probably should have just said, no, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
And I've played plenty of times injured for Sheffield United. I don't know if you remember when we lost to Arsenal on penalties.
Yeah, I do.
I'd gone off a week or two before, away at Plymouth in the first minute. I think it damaged my right hip. And they called Phil Barnes back off his loan from Torquay. He played on the Saturday against Rotherham. And then he was going to play in the replay against Arsenal. But because he'd been on loan at Torquay, couldn't play. And I remember being at home on the Monday night at about 9 o'clock at night. And Warnock and club realised that Barney couldn't play. And he literally rung me up and he went, "Oh, just let you know you're playing tomorrow." Well, I can't go for me hip. He went, "Get yourself to," I don't know if it was Claremont or what's the other one called? Anyway, one of the Claremont, just say it was Claremont. Get yourself to Claremont Hospital now. You're going to have a scan on your hip. This is another thing that fans don't see. You're going to have a scan on your hip. We think it's pain bearing. So if it is, and it's not going to cause any more damage, you're playing. You have an injection. And at 10 o'clock that night, I'm having a scan on my hip on a Monday night, and I had an injection. And the doctor said, "I'll be at the game, and we'll have another injection before the game." Remember when I went to penalties and I dived? Well, I could have dived to my right, but this is true, honestly. After the first two were diving to my left, because I was more comfortable. I was half in my head thinking, shall I go to my right? And then I thought, no, surely in a minute one of them go to my left. Then it become mind games. I think they hit everyone.
Yourself.
Yeah. They hit everyone to my right and I dive left everyone, but madness. But again, probably shouldn't have played, but some players would, if they were injured, slightest knock ever, would be like, "Oh, I'm not playing." But a lot of players you're never 100% fit, but played like through injuries.
They used to joke, didn't they, that Warnock medicals were like that steward, that Gifford steward where he just lightly brushes his hands over people, and that was it. Yeah, you signed off, lads. You signed off. You're good to go.
Mine at QPR, right? I've gone down, and Nigel Cox with physio. Remember, he used to be at Sheffield United.
At United, yeah, well, yeah.
And he literally says, "Strip down to your pants." He says, "Get on scales." I broke them. I got off. He went, "Can you touch your toes?" I got about halfway down my shins. He went, "Congratulations, you're now a QPR player." One of
It's ridiculous. To be fair, that leads on.
My knees could have been hanging off. I couldn't finish.
So, speaking of weight, etc., you've just made the transition, pal, into the boxing ring.
Not prayer. Not happening again. Not happening again.
So that's not you're not the new Curtis Woodhouse then?
Nah. Have you seen me in ring?
I did actually, yeah, I did. I weren't going to mention it, but I just thought the journey that you went on to lose the weight, the determination to stay in the ring, I thought that was fantastic, mate. I don't blame you for not stepping in again, like.
Mate, mentally, because I'd had a rubbish year because my dad had died at the start of the year, and that first 6-7 months of the year, I put loads of weight. I literally, my playing weight was like 15 stone, and I literally, when I committed to the boxing, I thought I know I need to lose weight. And I literally got on scales and I was 19 stone. And I got down to just 1 pound under 16 stone for fight. So I did it in 12 weeks, literally trained I think I missed 5 days in 12 weeks training.
You've done really well, mate. And have you managed to sort of maintain that since? Or is the motivation slipping slightly? Because it's easy for it to when you haven't got a goal, isn't it?
I say, my fat face looks fat.
No, it don't, mate, at all. The camera's kind to you. Don't you worry about that.
Hey, them widescreen TVs weren't, were they? No. Listen, I'm not as dedicated now, but I ain't had a pint since I started training, so I love a beer. So when I go out now, I drink vodka lime soda water. Wow. I had a pint for like 6-7 months.
Nice one.
It is, and just little things like that.
Yeah. Sort of little changes.
Like I've been out for breakfast with family, and like before I'd have like big breakfast.
Yeah.
And like now I'll go and have scrambled egg on toast. Just little mentality changes.
I have to say,
I have my treats and stuff like that as well.
I were at Basham charity game, and you still got a bit, mate, in goal. You don't lose it, do you?
I'm freestone light now and all.
And mate, honestly, I thought you were really good in that game. You were carrying a bit. That's fair, but you've lost it all now, haven't you? So
with that kit, we're tight.
It was
the kit.
They get small kits on purpose, don't they, to mug you off?
No, Doug. When I went to Leeds, right, we got I don't even know what make it. Well, were it Macron or something like that? You know them skin tight kits.
Yeah.
And first thing I did, I went on my first day in pre-season. I went up to physio kit man. I went, whatever you do, you tell them to make some regulars, regular things.
None of this elastic rubbish.
Not a prayer of mine wearing one of them skin. Love handles sticking out. Everything.
I don't want to take Mick with your time, Pad. So any regrets, mate, in your career that you think?
Mate, I get when I do me after dinners now. I always get asked that. So have you got any regrets, mate? At 15, right? I got told I was too small by Halifax Town, called George Moore. I'll never make a goalkeeper. And my dad, I can't tell you exactly what he said, but he basically
it's a family channel, please don't.
Yeah, basically booted the chair over and said, "I'll prove you wrong."
Yeah.
And he forced me to carry on. I didn't become a footballer until 20. I was an engineer when I first left school, so I was a qualified engineer before I became a footballer.
Yeah.
And to become a footballer at 20, to have 2 promotions to Premier League, to play in Premier League, to play for Ireland, how can I have one regret? I can't.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Fantastic career.
I can't have one regret, can I?
Become a cult hero at several clubs, not just United. But I am going to. My last question for you is: where does your time at Bramall Lane rank in your career, mate?
Oh, the top. 8 years is a long time in someone's career. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
One thing I always hurts me is the way it finished, and it weren't until probably I got my book out and we started doing podcasts with COVID and I could get my side of the story across properly so people could hear it and I could like I said tell my side of it because they only ever got told one side, and which I understand. I had a problem when I come back that second game of the season when Blackwell got sacked.
Yeah.
I got absolute dogs abuse, but I'd have been giving goalie dogs abuse if I'd have thought.
If you would have heard it spun the way it was spun.
Yeah, 100%. Of course I would. But no, it's definitely the top. I still go watch. I go to away games, everything. I went to Wednesday, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I went to Blackburn. I've been to Blackburn a few times. Brentford. Well, I love away days with lads. And
yeah. The best out there.
Yeah.
And you'll be there with Southampton, won't you, on Midnite, coach?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I've just texted in. I've just texted in saying, "Is there any chance I can get some tickets for Wednesday game?"
All right.
Yeah, and he said, "Yeah." You went, "How many do you need?" I went, 5, and he's just sending me through before I come in here with you.
What about 6 for me?
He's got me tickets for Wednesday. Southampton. I had to text him saying, "No, Mitch." He went, "Oh no, that's a different ball game then, isn't it?"
Oh no, they don't get it. They don't get...
Southampton away 5 tickets. I thought they're cheap. 2 adults and 3 kids.
Easy to get them, weren't they? Easy to get.
Well, I've probably of all weeks for me to text him to have ticket that we're actually playing on a Wednesday. It's mad.
I know. So is it full Kenny plan coming with us then? Is that?
Yeah, cool, I've got tickets to burn now, haven't I?
Anybody wants a ticket? See, Pad. Yeah.
Southampton away.
Paddy, thanks so much, pal. Really enjoyed it. And,
anytime, mate. Listen, and we'll sort out properly. We'll do a proper one whenever you can. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Let
nice
me know.
one, mate.
Drop me a message.
Yeah, we'll do. Make sure that laptop's on. All right.
I know. I'll just leave it open now.
Whatever. Just don't switch it off, love. Don't switch it off. Nice one, Pad. Thank you.
Man, take care, will you?
Yeah, you too, mate. See you soon.
Bye.